Hey peeps, welcome back to my channel. Today we're just going to do a little bit of a coffee chat and we will talk about a video I'm doing next week and I don't know, we'll see what else. So if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please do. Hit the ringer bell so you get notified when I have new videos, and if you like the video, give it a thumbs up because that helps, definitely helps. So I will see you here in a moment and we will get started. So yeah, I'm going to be doing a video next week on intuitive writing, and it's not going to tell you how to intuitively write. It's going to discuss what the process is like for those of us who are hardwired that way. Because it's not something you can learn, but it's something that can confuse you very much when everybody else is talking about plotting the books and outlining the books and doing all these things that you don't do, and that makes you feel a little bit like, am I doing it wrong? Even though I am a very successful, best-selling author, there were time periods where other authors would talk about outlining and plotting their books, and I always felt like I was lacking because that's not how I work. So next week, look forward to my intuitive writing video. So for today though, I just want to chat for a little bit. I got my nails done. It's so odd to be in there with a mask on and seeing chairs roped off by tape and having the place, it's a huge warehouse salon, having the place so empty. It's kind of spooky. It's not the same as before. I'm very grateful that I'm able to go to a safe place, a place that takes a lot of precautions, and they do. They're masked up, they're wearing face shields, I'm wearing a mask. They take your temperature before you go in. You wash your hands the minute you get in there. They disinfect everything before you get to their table. You could see them disinfecting it. So they're taking as many precautions as possible. And I still feel a little nervous going in. I'm very happy because my nail lady's going to be doing her work out of her home from now on. So it's not going to be such a thing of walking into a space with a lot of people. And she's very, very cautious because she sure doesn't want this. So yeah, it was spooky, but it was nice to have my nails done. Get my hair done next week. We did one process and it didn't turn out quite the way we wanted it to, so going back next week to get it redone. As I said, I'm getting rid of my mermaid hair because there's so much upkeep in it, and A, it's very expensive, and I just can't justify that cost every time. And B, if we go into lockdown again, I want something that's easier to keep up. So next week, going back, taking it more to a maroon color instead of this, which it's a very pretty brown, but it's not me. Our county here is having a bit of a spike. Other counties in Washington State, there are a few that are looking at probably being rolled back into phase 1, which is no go anywhere, because cases are starting to get out of control there. We did a good job overall of flattening the curve, but not enough people took it seriously once the restrictions started getting lifted, and they got stupid and bingo. But we are nowhere near as bad as some of the states. If you are in Arizona or Texas or Florida, I feel for you people. As I said, my niece had COVID. She still is experiencing the after effects of it. She still gets exhausted on just small amounts of movement. Her heart rate has quit racing. Her heart rate was racing to 140, 150 with any movement. Even texting made her heart race. She couldn't talk because she got so winded that even 2 or 3 words would totally suck the wind out of her. I mean, she could not speak after that. She was exhausted, and she's still tired. She gets really tired. And this has been weeks and weeks after she was in the worst space of it. So, yeah, we know firsthand. I mean, I wasn't there. I could not be where she was because, of course, of the potential of being infected. But I kept tabs on her, and it felt horrible not being able to be there to help her. This is not a hoax. It is not some version of the flu. It is a seriously fucked up disease. So be careful. Wear your freaking masks. Someone the other day, I saw a meme that said, we did it wrong. We should have told people the mask was to protect themselves instead of other people, because they might have taken it more seriously. And I kind of think we should have, It's like, if you think something's going to hurt you personally, you might be more inclined to take precautions rather than if you think that the mask is to protect other people. But no, we wear our masks when we go out. When I go to the salon, I've got a mask on. Sam gets a mask on. We don't go out many places, and we won't be for a long, long time. Probably next year. Anyway, other than that, I'm going to be watching Hamilton this week. I'm so excited. I got Disney Plus just so I could see Hamilton. After seeing one number from it done on a Zoom call to a little girl, I was hooked. It was like, yeah, I need to see that. Latte time. I'm so grateful that I was able to find a coffee that I can use and it doesn't cause reactions. It's expensive, but given my condition, I will pay for that since there's so many other things I can't have. I am working on Autumn's Bane. I am very thrilled that I am on track with it this time, and that's because I've been doing some life coaching, life/writing coaching, and it's not about my work per se, but it's my process. It's helping me focus on my process again. The whole pandemic threw me off. I think a lot of creatives, a lot of people in general, but for those who have creative outlets as their main career, it's been really hard to focus. It's been really hard to keep ourselves, focused and on track. And I finally decided, there's a woman who runs a course to help you learn your best strengths and how to use them as a writer. And I'll be talking a little bit more about that next week in my intuitive writing video. But I'll also put the link below today. I highly recommend it. I'm not an affiliate. I don't make any money off of recommending her class, but it was one of the best things I've done for myself in years. So yeah, I'm doing the life coaching, and it's helping a lot. So other things, we got the garage cleaned out. Yay! Got junk run, basically. And I will say about the company, they were very good. They stayed their distance. They wore masks. They touched nothing except what you pointed at. And, the closest they got was for me to write the check and reach across and hand it over to them. And then they backed up really quick. And they emailed me the receipt, so I didn't have to touch the receipt that they touched. And they were wearing gloves. And our garage is now so much more spacious. We still have to reorganize some things, but it looks so much better. It was just time to get rid of a lot of old stuff. I got rid of more than 20. I've been subscribing to Victoria magazine since 1988, when it first started. There was a period of several years where it went out of business, came back, and I, of course, subscribed to it again. I had every single issue since 1988. And I love that magazine. It's mind candy to me. It's a place where I can look through and relax. But I don't have room to keep it. And it suddenly occurred to me now on the internet, I can get those pictures. I can go look at websites with pictures of British gardens and beautiful tea sets and stuff. I don't need to have the magazines. I don't need to have them so I can maybe look back through them if I need. I can just go online and look. And so I got rid of, from 1988 till now, how long is that? 30 years? Not quite 30. Well, yeah. 1988 to 1998, 1998 to 2008, 2008 to 2018, 32 years, minus the few years it wasn't in production, of magazines I got rid of. It was really a big thing for me because I hold on to those. That was a sentimental thing for me, and I don't hold on to many sentimental things, but that was. And I finally was ready to let it go. So got rid of that, got rid of a whole bunch of stuff, redid my ritual room so it's much tidier, much neater, put in new cabinets so that I can tuck everything away out of sight and so that it will stay nice and neat. And so we did that. Just in a period of transformation, renovation. And I was so excited because the chance has come up for us to refinance the house at a much lower rate. I mean, right now, I'm very focused on transforming things, simplifying, not minimizing things, not going minimalist, because I will never be a minimalist, but streamlining stuff. And it's been a good time period for me for that. In terms of my writing, as I said, I'm working on Autumn's Bane, enjoying it immensely. We'll be working on Witching Time next after that. Ember and Raven move on in the adventure, and it gets a bit darker and it gets a bit more, you know, the stakes raise. The stakes are raising in this. I got a question the other day about characters and how I give them their looks. And, you know, it'll be answered next week in that intuitive writing video, but, you know, honestly, I don't. It's like they come to me the way they look. And you will find out next week on that. Lauren asked me a double-edged question. One of the questions was on magic, which I'll save for later. The other question is on what face creams I use and my daily face routine. Well, honestly, I use Philosophy's basic cleanser, and I use Hope in a Jar moisturizer. I make sure I take my makeup off every day at the end of the day. Make sure I take my makeup off, wash my face at night. I don't usually wash my face in the morning. I don't strip it because I've got dry skin, so if I wash my face too often, I'll strip it of oils. But yeah, I use Philosophy, their basic cleanser, and then a Hope in a Jar, and there's a little serum they use for under eyes and stuff that it's called When Hope Is Not Enough. So I use that. For foundation, for my makeup routine, basically first I put on foundation, which I'm using currently ColourPop's foundation, and then I put on a, now I've got the word cleanser in my mind, concealer. And I put a little bit up in here because I've got a dark patch up in here, and I've got a bit of a dark patch here. So I put a little concealer there. Once I have the foundation and the concealer on, I put on makeup eyeshadow primer. And then I put on my eyeshadow, and there's usually, I use at least 2 to 3 different eyeshadows together, like this look. has 4 different colors. There are 3 colors up in here, 1 color below. I've got another color of eyeliner pencil on my eyelash or on my eyebrows. Then I put on eyeliner, and I sometimes put on mascara, but I wear such heavy makeup on my eyes. I wear very vivid colors on the eyeshadows and on the eyeliner that I don't necessarily always put on mascara. I don't have that thick of lashes anyway, and I would put it only on the tops lashes if I did. I use the eyeliner both underneath and above, but I don't put it on the inside of the eyelid. Yeah, I don't put it there. I put it basically underneath that because I don't want to irritate my eyes. And after I've got my eyes done, then I put on the overall face powder, and I use, right now I'm using ColourPop again, and then I put on my lips, and I use a lip liner, and then I use a lip lacquer. Yeah, it stays. If it gets wet, it will smear a little bit, but I love lip lacquer. It just stays put. And, you know, I started using it years ago, different brands, but I started using it when they first started making it. When I'd go to book signings, because then I could talk and I could do a presentation without worrying that my lipstick was going to bleed. And I just fell in love with it. And now almost a lot of brands make it. So I've got some from Dose of Colors, which is safe for me, from Jouer, which is safe for me, from Jolie Cosmetics, which is in the UK, and their ingredients are safe for me. And there's Makeup Forever. I can use their lip lacquers, and there's one other brand, I think. I have so many of them because I love lip lacquer, and the colors I love usually get discontinued. Isn't that the truth for anything in terms of lips for me? So I buy duplicates. When I find one I absolutely love, I will stock up on duplicates for a couple of years. And hello, Morgan. I hear Morgan. Morgan's somewhere down here. Come on. No, come this way. Ah, yeah, there she is. There's Miss Morgan. Miss Morgan. Oh, she wants Mommy to pet her. Yes, you're a good girl. Anyway, so that's my makeup routine and my face routine. I used to use more expensive creams. I mean, Philosophy is not cheap, but the basic Philosophy's Hope in a Jar is very gentle on my skin. I also have a Clairsonic revolving brush that cleans your face, and I use that once every week or so. I don't use it daily because it could aggravate my skin. Again, I've got extremely sensitive skin, very dry skin. So I use the actual brush, revolving brush, a couple times, maybe a couple times a week, sometimes once a week. And I wash my face once a day after I take my makeup off. And sometimes I'll splash water on it in the morning. I've always had good skin. I've never really had much of a problem. Even when I was a teenager, I didn't have much acne or anything. And I'm not sure, maybe it's just genetics. You know, I've gone into some department stores and I've had, you know, the makeup counters, the women behind them would be like, oh my God, what do you use on your skin? And be like, a moisturizer once a day. Also, sunscreen. I don't go out in the sun. That keeps my skin extremely healthy. I can't go out in the sun anyway, at least not for long. And not getting tan prevents wrinkles. And yeah, I am almost 60 years old, and I really don't feel like I look my age, and that's fine with me. Nothing wrong with aging. You know, it's like I hope to age kicking ass, basically. And I may not be able to do it physically in terms of getting out there and smacking people around, but with my attitude, I hope that the day I actually die, I go out, not kicking and screaming, going, I don't want to go, but going out, I have done what I wanted to do, I have been where I wanted to be, and I have been who I wanted to be. So that's kind of a goal of mine in life. I want to leave the world a better place than when I came into it. I want it to be a little better for having me been here. I hope to enrich people's lives and have fun doing it and enjoy life doing it. Somebody wants some attention. Somebody wants some attention. Hello, Miss Caly. Oh, she's a good girl. Anyway, so that's just a little bit of a coffee chat with me. If you are interested in what I call my clean coffee, by the way, it is a brand. There are 2 brands that I can use that don't give me reactions. They check for mold, they check for additives, they check for pesticides. It's grown sort of fair trade as well, and they do a lot of toxicity tests on it. And I think that's part of what helps me be able to use it, is they do check to make sure there's no mold in it. Because a lot of coffee beans will have, well, they've been fermented, so they've been through a molding process. And mold is a big problem for people with MCAS and histamine intolerance. What's up? Yeah? I'd hate to see you on espresso. Well, no, apple. I would hate to see apple on espresso. I'm just rambling now, so I think I'll go. Take care. Hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you like it. And I think I will go and give someone some much needed attention. Talk to you later. See you next week for my intuitive writing video. And be good. Stay safe. Stay sane. Do the best you can. And talk to you later.